Hello everyone, in this particular lecture we are going to discuss the for each loop container in SSIS. So when we have to process multiple files, we use the for each loop container. Let me show you the files which I am going to process. So I will go in my D directory. Here I will search my files. Look, my files are present here inside this directory, these two files. So I'm going to process these two files. So I will use the for each loop container. First of all, I will go here SSIS toolbox. I'm going to use the for each loop container. Just drag and drop this for each loop container. Now I'm going to define a variable here. From here I'm going to define a variable. Variable name will be, let's say, path will be the variable name. Then the data type will be string. Value of this variable will be the path. Just select any file, press shift, right click, then you have to click copy as path. After that you have to paste the path here. Okay, so this is going to be the variable value. Okay, fine. Next, what you are going to do, you are going to double click this for each loop container. Then you have to select collection. Expression you have to know, you don't have to select anything, just select this. You have to select for each file enumerator. There are multiple enumerators, so since we are reading multiple files, we want to process multiple files, so I'm going to select this for each file enumerator. So now enumerator configuration, here I'm going to provide the path. So the path is this one. This is going to be the path. Just browse it and D directory. Okay, let me just paste the path here. After that, you have to specify which file you want to process. So this is going to process all files which are present here in my directory. So if I am going to specify any specific file, like I can do like this, CSV, it is going to specify, it is going to process only CSV files. I want to process all the files which are present in my directory. Right now I have two files. This option, when I'm going to check this option, what it will do, it will search the folders. Okay, if we have a folder here, let's say if I have multiple folders, so and we have multiple files inside the folders, then we have to check this option. Right now I don't have any folder, any directory inside this directory, any folder inside this directory, so I'm not going to check this option. Name and extension fully qualified, name only. I'm going to specify this fully qualified. Variable mapping, I have already created a variable. Variable is this. It is going to map with 0 index. So first one is going to be the path is going to be the value of a variable. Okay, now click OK. It is configured. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the data flow task. So what I'm doing, I'm going to process these two files, and I'm going to load I'm going to load the data of these two files in my table, in my SQL Server table. So next I will use the data flow task inside this for each loop container. Next I will use the flat file source. Where is flat file source? I have to select the flat file source. After that I will choose I can also choose the flat file destination if I want to load data in a CSV file. I can use some other destinations, Excel file destination. There are some other destinations as well, raw file destination. So since I want to load data in my database table, so I will choose this option, OLE DB destination. Configure this. Double click this option. new flat file manager. I have to create a new flat file manager. Browse. Okay, SS. Where is folder? Okay, document, files, input, CSV. Just select any one file. Columns, preview. Okay, fine. This is the data. Columns, fine. Click OK. Next I will configure this OLE DB destination. Right now I don't have any configuration manager. Create a new configuration manager. Click OK. It is configured. So if you want to create a table from scratch, you have to click new. So since I already have my table in my database, so I'm going to use that table. So my table is, I need to check if the table is there or not. I think I need to create a new table. So from here I'm going to create a new table, and the table name will be, let's say, demo. Demo is going to be the name of table. I'm creating a dummy table. Mappings, fine. It is configured, done and dusted. Save this. So next, what will happen? I have to execute this for each loop container. So in order to execute this, you have to click this start. So the process is executed. I need to refresh this. Refresh it. Where is the refresh? So now table name is demo, OLE DB demo, this table. So right now, how many files? There are 100 rows in my table. So let me just check. Employee 01, how many rows of this table, of this file? There are around 50 files. So what is happening right now is that, let me check the employee 02. So what is happening right now, it should have loaded 63 rows in my target table. What is happening right now is that this package is loading this file 2 times. Okay. So what I want to load the data of these 2 files. So it is repeatingly loading the data of only this file, and it is doing it 2 times. So I'm going to truncate this table. So why it is happening? It is happening because, truncate this table. Let me just, okay, fine. It is happening because I haven't configured the flat file connection manager step. I need to go to the properties, and from here I need to configure this expression section. So what is happening right now? First time it is using this file, then the second time it is using this, it is executing this package, and it is loading the same file. So what I want this to load the second file, not the first file. Okay. Now for that I need to go here in the expression section. Properties, I will select the connection string. From here I will select the connection string. Where is connection string? No, I'm unable to find the connection string. So what I'm going to do, wait, file connection manager, properties, expression, connection string, expression. Now this time I'm going to specify the path, evaluate expression. Now this time around it is going to load only, it is going to load the data of these two files. So total how many rows? 50 rows in my first CSV file. What about the second row? Look, total 13 rows. So it should load 63 rows. Now execute this. Let me just check. Total 63 rows have been loaded. So this is how you use the for each loop container. With for each loop container, you do not specify the initial condition value, initial and the end point value. So here what you're going to do, you are going to specify this static file static. So this means that it is going to load all the files which are present here in the directory. So right now, let's say if you want, instead of the database table, you want to load the data in flat file, in CSV file. Okay, so I'm going to use the flat file destination. Where is flat file destination? This one. So this is going to, let me just delete this. This is going to load my data in my CSV. So update this input. No, I want to create a new file connection manager. Click OK. CSV, select this file. Now I'm going to change the output. So I'm going to change the name of this file. So this is going to be output.csv columns override the data in the file. No, I don't want to override the data. Click OK. Save this and execute the mapping, execute the package.